It's breaking up. It's breaking up. There's no scientific way to prove they did. Okay, evolutionary theories are connected to scientific racism, and were used. So no, human beings are not monkeys. There's no way to prove. Once again, not through any scientific method that exists today. And then today, I'm going to prove that through various different stories. Why? It's breaking up, man. It's breaking up. I know a lot of I don't know. This is again racist scientific rhetoric to begin with. So yeah, so that's pretty much my opening, and that's it. That's all I have.
Back on the chat.
Is your
on the first round?
It's breaking up.
You know, you can always address it when you ahead. You usually have two, so I guess you broke one of your horns. There you go. I see it. I see it. All right. So Q is on you, my brother. 2 minutes in your opening round. Let the people know what it is you are.
This is very simple. I didn't want to have this debate with her because she looked into the science. She doesn't understand. Now, I've made it clear to her. I've went over this multiple times with this sister, tried to get it to explain. I tried to explain it to her like a 5-year-old. She still could not get it, which means that she can't get it. Now,
see
how he have to start off? Yeah,
the belittling. Yeah.
It's like he got to start off and try
That's
to like
not gonna win the debate.
Right, try to make me look stupid. Oh, you
don't
know, she
nobody
doesn't know.
understand
I
it.
told her, right.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep going.
This conversation begins and it ends with simians. If she's not willing to talk,
damn, that strategy didn't do you no good, Q. God damn. Come on, man.
Not at all, man. Hey, that whole Simeon argument is so BS, bro. Because that's like saying that all cars are BMWs. Like, we shouldn't call them cars no more. It's a BMW, no matter what. Like that argument is just so insane, bro.
All right, come on, get your PowerPoint and the first.
Go ahead, Keon. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying, like, his whole strategy, or not strategy, or his whole logic behind the Simeon argument is that since we're in the same categorization, or since we're in the same family as a monkey, we're monkeys.
Your pop. Yeah. Time starts.
So
hold on. What you say?
You might want to like restart the or bring it back up because it's lagging. It's like giving. I don't know if it's lagging on your end. Is it lagging on everybody else's end? Or just mine?
Nah, I think Mandinka might just be like 5 seconds behind us.
Do me a favor.
Should I just drop down and come back?
Okay. So can y'all hear it now?
Nah, yeah, we can hear you, but it's like when we start talking, it's kind of delayed. So you start talking when we start talking. But I mean, it's all good.
I'm gonna leave and come back and see if
one of y'all want to share.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can find it and share it.
Yeah, go ahead and share it because it's
yeah, okay, yeah.
You got dial up, man, digger. You got that dial up right now. That dial. Does your modem go?
Stop sharing.
When you start it up, does your modem be like?
You
know how the modem making them noise?
Yeah, wow. Okay.
His modem.
You got that modem.
I just got
This
this
goddamn
moment.
moment.
He got that old
Yeah,
dial-up
man,
mode.
last week. Oh, damn. Go ahead, Keon. Share your screen.
Yeah, let me
but,
let me find it real quick. I gotta my stuff moving kind of slow too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hold on, let me
Well,
see.
you know what? Maybe it's something going on with the whole situation. Like the
See,
probably
somebody
a lot
said
of
we
people
need
online.
more.
Yeah, once you
we
start
need more.
searching some stuff while you going live, it'll make your stuff go slow for sure.
Yeah, I say like Solar, get off the Wi-Fi. Ain't that what Nature Boy used to say? Solar, get off the Wi-Fi.
Man, that Nature Boy stuff is crazy. I'm glad he got that interview though, because I definitely want to see what his explanation is. Because these are
That's
some
gonna be
crazy
interesting.
allegations.
Yeah, it
Man,
is.
that's gonna be interesting.
Is somebody pulling it up?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I'm
pulling it
trying
up
to.
now. I gotta find well, not find it, but I'm just looking. Yeah, I got you.
All right.
Let me go to my history. And-
Probably find
Did he take it down? Oh no, there you go.
3% to
Okay,
goddamn
I found
30%.
it.
God.
Yeah, it was 70-30, man. That was a crazy victory. I ain't gonna lie to you though, Genesis. I really thought that your chances was kind of slim from that last debate with the Cedric debate. I was like, man, I thought we was monkeyed out on HOK, to be honest with you, but nah.
Wait a minute. When you debate Cedric? Where I missed that one?
Nah,
Was it
you know how
recent?
we had the Cedric versus Silky
Silky.
the Shocker. I mean, technically, yeah, yep,
Silky
exactly,
Shocker,
yeah.
yeah.
So I thought we was,
It
I thought
all
we
depends
was
on the opponent.
monkeyed out over there.
Hey, look, he's still having a debate even though it's over with.
All right, here we
He's
go.
still over there going crazy. Like,
Yeah.
he's still look. He done got all his notes out.
Let me share here.
Let's hear. Hold
Now
up.
you can
Let's
see.
hear it for a second.
Go and search. Like
Look, kid.
I was writing down the shit she was saying. Like when it comes to a debate,
Man, come
bro, I
on,
write
kid.
shit the fuck down. Like
Man,
I
come
don't
on,
have a
bro.
pen. I used to write it on a pen and pad, but now I just put it on a notepad and
Kid.
just go through this shit. I learned that from other debaters. But like all of this shit, bro.
What you say?
She did.
Give your baby
What happened?
daddy a DNA test and let it come out 98% and tell me you, bro. That is not the same type of DNA we talked about. What are you talking about, bro? What?
Not at all. Not at all. We talking about
Give
20,000
your
years,
baby and pappy her DNA.
4.5
Answer
million
none of this.
years.
Look, and
We're
then
not
it's like,
talking
man,
about a freshly born newborn. We're not talking about that.
hey, yeah, look to the far right. Look, indigenous black man over there trolling. It's called adaptation.
Shit that I was talking about because I posed these
Indigenous
questions.
black man, a man.
I posed all of
All right,
these
let's keep
fucking
going.
questions that she was talking about. I posed all of this shit and she had no answer. All she had was she tried to play the A side the entire time, but what she never did was defend. She never tried to defend her position. And what I did was I wrote down shit as what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to actually listen. And this shows that I was actually listening to her. That's why I was able to pinpoint shit. This is why I was able to go back and say, well, you said
Yeah,
this
and
and
give
you
us a
said
white man
that. And she would try
explanation.
to play.
I didn't write down nothing. I just debated it from my slides and what he said, and then just asked him questions, and he just did not want to answer my question. So,
Yeah, because
Hey,
he
so
thinks
she's
that he's
Genesis.
teaching somebody, and it's not a teaching. You're not
Huh.
teaching nobody nothing. You just, first of all, you regurgitating, so nobody even give a damn about what you're talking about. And second of all, you didn't do none of these experiments. So we don't give a damn about what you're talking about. You don't have a white lab coat to do none of these experiments. So you're basically just telling us what another white man or another man told you. Like that's it. That's
Hey,
it.
look to the far right. Indigenous black man said she used my talking points for a week ago. You think everybody's still in talking points? Oh, shit.
Oh man,
Indigenous.
indigenous can't stop.
Indigenous
Indigenous can't stop. Boy.
Somebody watching both streams. We watching you too, nigga.
Yeah, we watching both of y'all.
Get in here right now.
They were like, well,
All right, come on,
that's why when I was
keep it
talking
going.
to sister in the pod, I was like, hold on, because this was the first thing I wrote down
Be
that
quiet.
says common ancestors don't mean direct descendant.
Oh, so
this is the thing, brother Cube. A lot of people they don't understand. So when is it does it change from an ape to a monkey?
Bro, you talking about 25 million years ago, 2025 million years ago.
Exactly. 25 million years.
If we go 25 million years ago, the
20 wait,
species.
Stop.
How is it 25 million years based on what?
The
bro?
radiocarbon dating. There's no radiocarbon dating go back that far.
They only go back 50
None.
million years. Already, I mean 50,000 years. So if you only go back 50,000 years,
50,000
based on what?
Yep. And
Based
really
off
saying
of I said it
40,000
and you
The
should
species
believe it.
was monkeys. That was the species. Because there was nothing else around. That was the species. But then when those monkeys begin to have children,
nigga?
which were monkeys, they begin to speciate. So when you speciate, you have four different types of speciation. You have allopatric, parapatric, and sympatric. This shit happens. This is why we can now look back and what we started off with, we said old world monkeys and new world monkeys. We're not new world monkeys, we're old world monkeys. So then they said,
What about the people that's in South America? Would they be connected to the old world monkey? Because guess what? They're from South America. New world monkey. I mean, new world monkeys. If they're from South America, would they be derived from a new world monkey? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? There was people in South America. So what are they? They're old world, new world monkeys, and then we're old world monkeys from Africa. And what kind of monkey came from Turkey? What kind of what that's gonna be the old super duper old world monkey then that when they find when they come on now, all the apes that they're talking about are in Africa, but then there's new bones found everywhere. So where those monkeys? What monkeys did they come from?
The super
I mean, am I like just tripping about what I'm putting together here? My mind, how I'm thinking here, like what monkey came from? What did the monkey did the Neanderthal come from? When we were 0% Neanderthal in Africa. Where did it come from? You have a Neanderthal that come from something. Where did it come from?
Exactly.
Let me play this bullshit some more. Look what else is going to say.
Galapagos Islands. We saw it happen. And she wants to say, like, oh, no, this is not true. We literally saw it happen. Look at the beaks change. Look at it. It's showing you. It's showing you that the beaks of this shit changes. But guess what? Every single one of these motherfucking birds were what? They were finches. Even though they looked different, they were still finches. They were still finches.
Okay, so why didn't you bring that up in the debate, though? Why you got to do it afterwards?
Because allopatrically, they speciated. Parapatrically, they speciated. This is what the fuck happened with these species of finches. Why do we call them finches even though they look totally fucking different? You know why we call them finches? Is because we saw one group of finches go to a fucking island. We saw them get displaced, and we physically saw this shit.
Man, I'm not listening to that no more. Why didn't he bring that up in the debate? He probably would have been able to cook me on that. I don't know. I doubt it though, because at the end of the day, when it really comes down to fossil records, it doesn't matter. Like, you still can't connect us to no common ancestor. So what's the point of even bringing that up? So anyway, let's go into the actual debate. Let's see. Let's go into that. Was it on the Debate Coliseum? Live. Where was the debate about the monkeys? Was it on HOK or was it on HOK Coliseum? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Right, right. When you go on your own channel, post debate. Okay, evolutionary theories are connected to scientific racism and were used to try to prove superiority of the right race. So, no, human beings are not monkeys. Genetic and archaeologists also agree with the same with my sentiment. There's no way to prove, once again, not through any scientific method that exists today. And then today, I'm going to prove that through various different sources as to why. You know, I know a lot of times he likes to bring up the simian and the relationship to simians and how monkeys are simians and humans are simians too, and that makes us monkeys. But the bottom line is that things are broken down into families. Families are subfamilies, super families, and groups, and then they have since separated from that group. But after all, this is again racist scientific rhetoric to begin with. So yeah, so that's pretty much my opening. I didn't even give that much in the opening, right? I just kind of like made like a few points. Now, of course, he's gonna come back and he has to, of course, attack me. Let's go. And that's it. That's all I have.
All right, you have 43 seconds left, but that's cool. We're gonna move on over the cube. I will advise both of y'all to try to use up all the time you can. Even when you finish, you might think of something. You might think of something he said in his first PowerPoint on his first round. You know, you can always address it when you finish your joint. You can get right back to it. Cube, you only got one fire on your head. You usually have two. So I guess you broke one of your horns. There you go. I see it. I see it. All right. So Cube, it's on you, my brother. 2 minutes in your opening round. Let the people know what it is you are here to prove today.
Yeah, man. Peace to y'all. This is very simple. I didn't want to have this debate with her because she just started out right out the gate, still not understanding the argument. She hasn't looked into the science. She doesn't understand. Now, I've made it clear to her. I've went over this multiple times with this sister, tried to get it to explain it. I tried to explain it to her like a 5-year-old. She still could not get it, which means that she can't get it. Now, this conversation begins and it ends with simians. If she's not willing to talk about simians, then we can't have this debate. So I'm not debating her. This is not a debate with me versus DJ Genesis. We're not debating. She's talking about something totally different that I'm not talking about, and that's fine. So we're going to shorten the debate as quick as we can because I'm just going to make the points that I've always made to show you that humans are monkeys. Let's go.
All right, let's go. We're gonna go with your first round, Genesis. Do you have a PowerPoint you want to put up?
Yes.
All right, come on, get your PowerPoint, and the first 15 minutes is on you. We're gonna start when you are ready. I see your PowerPoint is on the screen, looking professional. Let's go. You ready?
Yep.
Time starts.
So, are we monkeys? Okay. No, we are not. Okay. The key point is common ancestry does not indicate direct descent. Humans didn't evolve from monkeys. Genetics and archaeology also, we did not evolve directly from monkeys. There's no way to prove that we did, like I said in my opening. Carbon dating is a useful tool for dating recent artifacts, but unsuitable for addressing evolutionary questions such as humans evolving from monkeys. In this scientific daily, radiocarbon dating is a key tool archaeologists use to determine the age of plants and objects made with organic material, but new research shows that commonly accepted radiocarbon dating standards can miss the mark. Okay, so there's inaccuracies in the dating itself. So basically, even though he's talking about, I'm not talking about the subject. The bottom line, I'm actually addressing the science behind the subject. You know, effective range of carbon dating is only up to 50,000 years. Most fossils are mineralized and contain no original organic material. Fossils from millions of years ago require alternative dating methods, and a lot of this stuff is can be said throughout. You can find all kind of different scientific journals and things like that. That last thing was taken from Science Daily, a journal, and this is in an article about the same thing. Apes and monkeys diverged over 25 to 30 million years ago, far beyond the range of carbon dating. Not only that, also DNA. They cannot date things past back to 25 million years. So all this talk of a common ancestor is based on what information? Based on what? Oh, you found a few bones or like some chips off of a bone and said, oh, they'll take a whole chip of a bone and make a whole monkey out of it. Just take one jaw and say, oh, this is the whole monkey. This is what it looked like. Now he's saying I'm not debating what he's talking about, and I'm definitely debating exactly what he's talking about. He's saying that we are monkeys and this, that, the other, but even all the fossils records, that the fossils are where we even got the whole monkey from. So how is he saying I'm debating a separate topic? It's crazy. So the only accurately dated human, according to science, is a 300,000-year-old fossil from Morocco, specifically at the Jebel Arad site, dated primarily using thermoluminescence. And guess what? They're still estimating and trying to figure. It's not. They don't even. It's still an estimation. Right. And you know what? They were not even able to date the bones. They dated the tools around the bones.
They dated the tools. Yeah. Hey, Champ, leave him alone for a minute. God damn. I mean, you got to rub it in that bad. Champ, humble yourself real quick. Hey, go ahead and just say something to the champ.
No, I'm saying like this whole time he's saying
pulled out at 7. I hit the 68. What are you saying?
I was saying the whole time he's saying that I'm not debating on topic. I'm not even on the topic. Yeah. He wants me to be laser focused into the genome rather than the bones, and where you get them is the bones, is the origin of the information. Let's get down to the bones of it all, and then that destroys everything from there. It's almost like if you could destroy Judaism, you then destroy Christianity, and then you destroy Islam, because of the fact that if you can like debunk this one, all those things are derived from. So if all this stuff is derived from bones, and you kill the bones, and you kill the animal. So there you go.
And look at Sinetta over there.
Yeah, what's up?
Go ahead. He over in the audience over there trying to console Q. Go ahead. Indigenous.
Hello?
Yeah, Oh, my fault. Go ahead. We hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. What's going on there, Gemini? Stealing my information. You know nothing about Piltdown Man and the monkey jaw added to the human skull. And I brought up Lucy.
Ain't nobody stole your goddamn information. I thought you come on here. Wait a minute, man.
Hold
on. Wait a minute. Whoa. I thought you come over here to congratulate the champ. It's all kind of information out there, man. Shit. But see, she used the information and all the information out to whoop a nigga ass in the debate. It's easy to say it when you're on panels and doing presentations by yourself, but can you use it in the art of war? And this is why I picked Sister Genesis to be the Lions Den Ladies champion, because I seen it in there. You see, Jabari, Cesario, y'all next. Genesis will be the top champion of the goddamn debate world. 7,000 get done with the mentorship. You hear me, Genesis? You got it in you. Well, go ahead. Let's listen to this guy talk about
You sound like the dude of Rocky. You gonna do it, you can do it. Rocky. Okay. So all this stuff about they're finding these bones and then they know how long, where we came from is speculation. The world's oldest DNA is 2 million years old from an ice age sediment in northern Greenland. So yeah, I'm talking about a different subject because I'm attacking the science behind the data that he's presenting.
Right.
No DNA. Boom. I am not talking about a different subject because I'm not going to go direct to genome and this, that. Fuck all that. Let's get down to the bottom of where you're getting your information from.
Right.
Our direct genetic evidence is this that connects us to a common ancestor for 25 million years ago. DNA. Okay. So this connection is only inferred, not a proven fact. DNA also shows that our species and chimpanzees diverge from a common ancestor species that lived 8 and 6 million years ago. So there's a 25 million ancestor that they say that apes diverge from, and then they say humans and chimpanzee diverge from another common ancestor, which is yet to be seen who this common ancestor is. There's no. So he's trying to say that I'm using this and that I'm and that he somehow I'm saying it the wrong way. Bottom line is that well it came from DNA evidence. Oh, okay. So they tested a chimpanzee that exists today. They didn't test a 25-year-old fossil. They test living chimpanzees for that DNA, not 25-year-old fossils, 25 million-year-old fossils. That's what I'm saying. So the common ancestor cannot be connected because you can't test the fossils because the DNA degrades over time. Okay. No fossil record of the common ancestor. Nobody found any DNA evidence of this common ancestor. They don't even have science that could even date it if it did, or research into it if it did. We have yet to find this common ancestor. They say that humans and chimpanzees share 98% of their DNA with monkeys and not monkeys with chimpanzees and humans. Okay. They behavior and cognitive abilities. Humans exhibit advanced language and things like that. But the bottom line is you can't prove ancestry with no fossil record. You can't. What are they doing? What based on what? Oh, you see this? So this is a common ancestor of chimpanzees and humans right here, right? There's no. You see how? Okay, when they said chimpanzees, boom, they have a skull. When they say gorillas and apes and stuff, boom, skull, right? Well, we're all supposed to be considered ape, right? So they show a skull for chimpanzee, they show a skull for a gorilla, they show all the hominid, all these, but they missing the one from Turkey. But then when it comes to this common ancestor, ain't no fossil record.
Yeah, that part. Stop right there. Where the goddamn fossil record for this? This common ancestor just disappeared off the face of the earth. They want to say we have a common ancestor to a goddamn cockroach. A bacteria, ladies and gentlemen, is what they want, what they're trying to tie. We have a common bacteria. So they're saying we related to cockroaches. The science of this is flawed. It's not absolute. Go ahead, Chad.
And then on top of that, if you actually want to get down into Luca, because I was going to go into Luca, right? Well, let me tell you something.
Universal common ancestor. For those who don't know. Yeah.
But the thing is now they're saying that we're fungi. That actually fungi existed before Luca, so therefore now we're fungi. And then that's the reason why we developed intelligence, because we walked along and ate a psychedelic mushroom. Come on now, it's all type of wild stuff out here these scientists are saying. So I mean, did we come upon a fucking psilocybin mushroom and or ate some ayahuasca and next thing you know we became intelligent? And our whole genome changed. Come on now. So they looked at some genetics and they said, okay, well then we have a connection to here. So we don't know where they had to have diverged from each other. It's a theoretical construct, okay? And he's trying to tout it off as fact, and all it is theories. Humans share 98 to 99% of DNA with chimpanzees. That 1 to 2% is a key genetic difference. You see chimpanzees running around here. They ain't built up nothing and did nothing. They can't talk, like they cannot communicate to other. Come on now. They make
Ain't
noises.
taking a
That's how
job
they
or nothing.
communicate. Evolutionary divergence. I said they make noises.
Right.
They make noise.
That's it.
Whatever the
Right.
heck they be doing.
You can't understand a goddamn word. What's going on? You got some explaining to do. Eat it. Hold up.
How long have we worked with chimpanzees and taught them? And when I say
Right.
that
Go ahead.
no chimpanzee ever went back into the wild and freaking told their people, come on now, we need to make some cars or
Right.
something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man.
We took them out of their environment, put them in zoos. Now they've been observing humans
Well,
this whole
yeah.
time when we were in captivity, watching us
Right.
from the zoo, and they none of them decided to come on now.
Right.
Aldebanger was the one that they had in the human zoo. He's one of them. You know, that's Aldebanger. But see, what they don't understand and what this community can't explain, like Indigenous can, sister, is that you have to go back to the origins of the thing, okay? And this, you know, African race was started by Gomez de Zurara, okay? Zurara, okay? And it was started in 1453 in his book, The Chronicles of the Discovery of and Conquest of Guinea, all right? The Chronicles of the Discovery and Conquest of Guinea, right? And it was one of the main contributions of the invention of race as a concept / theory, all right? And then when you go back to craniometry, which Johann Friedrich Blumenbach introduced to the world as under that term, right? But it came before him. It was called phrenology, PHRENOLOGY, right? It's measuring the skull. I put measuring the skull BS. Developed by Franz Joseph Gill. Franz Joseph Gill in 1796. And then the last part on that, you know, we're talking about 1453 when that book was made. Well, the first papal bull that, you know, affected us, you know, the Africans, where they enslaved the Africans, where they allowed us to be the Africans being enslaved, was in 1452 through Dum Diversus under Pope Nicholas V. Okay? And then the second one, I said there's three of them that affected us. The second one is the Romanus Pontifex. Pontifex. Romanus, Romanus, Romanus Pontifex. All right, that was January 1455, 2 years after the book. Now, the first papal bull was 1452, and then a year later, here comes Gomez de Zurara with the book. Okay, and then 1455 is the Romanus Pontificus, and then Inter Cartera, which was Pope Nicholas VI, was the one who allowed the Native Americans to be enslaved in 1493. Now, like the book followed a year after the first papal bull, the enslavement of the Native Americans followed after Columbus's first ocean voyage, because, you know, the song in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and in 1493, Columbus enslaved all that he could see. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. They don't know that. They didn't know about it. You know about it now. And now the community knows. You'll hear the niggas talking about it tomorrow because, like I said, y'all like to steal my shit. I'm just kidding. But good job, sis. And like I said, keep up the good work. Yeah. But, you know, if you do use some of them, I just mentioned, say, I heard Indigenous say that. You know,
yeah, I'm sorry. This is my first time meeting you, Indigenous. I never.
There you go. Right. See, ain't nobody heard you, nigga. See, it's his first time.
It's my first time hearing or meeting you.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Time to go. 5 minutes. Hit the grass high low thing you do. Then come on.
Yes, sir. Keep your head high, your grass low, and stop lying to my people, and stop stealing my information and try to present it without giving me just say Indigenous. I don't want no awards.
Why you
That's
hang up
enough
on
of
him?
that.
I didn't take his information.
Nah,
I
he
never
always
seen
doing that bullshit. Go ahead, sis. Get back to your information.
I swear I never seen
Way
it.
indigenous, but you got to cut this bullshit.
I need to
out.
find his debate so I can add to steal his
Yeah.
information. I'm gonna steal some more information. I'm gonna get some more information from what you
That's
talked
five
about
people
and
that
steal
told
it
you.
and put it in my presentation now.
That's 5 people that told you that.
Thank you for letting me know about him so I can get some more to add to my slides. My all 160, 181 of them. Apes split
Shit,
from monkeys
according to him,
millions of years before chromosome 2
You
fused
already
with
seen
humans.
him.
They
According
have
to
far
him
fewer
himself.
similarities. Huh?
I said,
What'd you
according to
say?
himself, you already seen him and took his information.
I
But
have
that's
never seen that. I need to.
There you go. Didn't say ain't nobody. She ain't seen you, nigga.
No,
Right,
but I
ahead,
like
Tim.
to see his stuff when he talk. I want to see the debate where he did kind of crush those guys, though. I would love to see it. 30s with monkeys due to earlier divergence of monkeys from apes.
Ah,
Why haven't monkeys who have existed for millions of years shown
Thanks.
some form of evolution similar to humans?
no
Okay,
transition.
they have the chromosomes. Humans have 46, ape had 48. Monkeys have a variation. Brain development advanced in humans due to genes like the SRGAP2 and the ASPM language. FOXP2 enables complex communication in humans. Vision versus smell. Humans rely more on vision, losing many smell-related genes.
Look, these are
Cognitive
differences. Stop right there. Stop right there, Tim.
environmental-
Right there.
Mhm.
Stop right there. See, these are the differences, ladies and gentlemen. You know, all this common ancestors don't make you the same. Actually, monkeys and goddamn humans and apes are from different families. Monkeys and humans are from different families. So if you ain't from the same family, how the hell you come from one another? The hell's going on? Go ahead. Yeah, come on. They ain't from the same
First,
family.
environments deriving unique traits. We have unique traits, you guys. We build pyramids. Okay, we create AI. Monkeys are still climbing in trees. Humans lack SIGLEC3 affecting human immune responses differently than chimpanzees. Okay, humans lost many functional smell-related genes, other genetic differences. FOXP2, language development. Okay, human accelerated regions. Okay, they rapidly evolved. They traveled around. They didn't just stay in the trees that they or whatever. Basically, monkeys stay in one area, and then when that area gets destroyed, the monkeys go extinct. We have brain development. We have a larger brain, as you can see right here. Okay, differences in brain size. There's an ASPM2 gene, mutations linked to brain size. Humans have unique variants not found in apes or monkeys. And as you can see here, you'll see all the different skulls and everything like that of the gorillas and the different monkeys and things like that. And as you can see, there is a larger brain when it comes to humans. This is the common ancestor, I believe, y'all. This is the common ancestor. It's the Sasquatch. You know what I'm saying? That's our common ancestor. That was my little joke right there. People said I didn't mention Sasquatch. They're gonna Sasquatch right there. So that's our ancestor, Sasquatch. That's me being, I didn't. That my joke didn't go over as good as I wanted it to go. I should have fucking sat there for a second and let that breathe. Now the references are, I put a lot of my references at the end because I would like to go through my slides in a pretty fluid way.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go into phylogenetics. They refuse the claim of human being monkeys. Phylogenetics places humans in a distinct branch with great apes separate from monkeys. Chromosome 2 fusion is unique to humans and occurred after divergence from great ape ancestors. Misinterpreting this evidence oversimplifies evolutionary relationships. Humans are not monkeys. We're considered supposedly apes. Okay, the fusion of chromosome 2 highlights that. I'm still saying supposedly, right? You know what I'm saying? The common ancestor with great apes, not monkeys. And then there was a diversion. Apes diverged from monkeys over 225 million years ago, according to science, right? So then here's this thing. There's this whole I guess this is like a whole tree of how we all came from the Catarrhini. We're all primates, and it goes down. But as you look right here, if you actually look closely, you'll see that the superfamily of Cercopithecida, Cercopithacoida, old world monkeys, is it under a superfamily of Cercopithecodea, and Cercopithecodidae, old world monkeys, are a family underneath the superfamily. And then if you actually look under Catarrhini, because you see that there's a clear separation between an old world monkey and an ape. Okay, now there's a superfamily of the ape, which is Hominoidea, and then underneath that family, you'll have humans, and then you have the subfamily hominini. Sorry, I'm Russian. African apes and humans. Okay. So the problem is that how could you connect us to a monkey when science itself is separating us from monkeys and saying that apes are separate from monkeys, and then human beings came into existence 300,000 years ago, and monkeys, they're talking about 25 million years ago, and they don't even have any scientific way to even necessarily prove it.
Hey, stop right there real quick. Stop right there. I mean, just beating this guy up bad, bro. I mean, damn, hitting him with the George Foreman, the Mike Tyson. I mean, god damn, man. Q, I don't even know why you even showed up for this debate. What was the purpose? Are humans being monkeys? They're not even next in line, according to science. It don't go monkey, then man. It don't the chart even. The whole time y'all be making up shit. All right, go ahead, Queen. Please.
Do any DNA testing on the bones because it'll degrade. DNA testing can only go back 2 million years. So how in the heck can we connect something that cannot be connected just by having a hypothesis, taking a couple of bones here and there? Show me the bones. Gaps in the fossil record remain points of scientific inquiry. Fossil evidence suggests apes and monkeys diverged millions of years ago. Okay, so now they're talking about Australopithecus and Homo species shows human evolution distinct from monkeys. Scientists are still finding fossils. Okay, so they also challenged the Neanderthal fossil. Okay,
now look at him.
They can't finding older DNA in other hominins is unlikely. So how in the heck can we prove that we're supposedly monkeys through any kind of real DNA tracing of evidence? He's saying that I'm not talking about the same thing. Why would I talk about the same thing when you're talking about bones like this that they pieced together that was spread out miles apart and put
5 minutes?
And it was and put it together and said it was Lucy. And at first they were saying that this was our great ancestor, but guess what? They found out that was wrong. And most recently they found a whole new fossil, y'all, Antediluvius that came. That's 8.6 million years ago. That existed supposedly based on the rocks and settlement around it. Okay. And now they're saying that humanity may have evolved in Europe and in Eastern Mediterranean region and migrated to Africa. So the whole out of Africa theory is now being debunked right now based on this fossil. Further, man, I think right there, that's where I cooked them. You said that I was trying to fit. Where would you think? Right there. Like you're talking about one, they said, okay, Lucy. Okay, so what human fossil right now could say, oh, okay, well, this was the closest link to the proconsul. Blah. No, they can't do that because their dating does not, DNA testing of these fossils did not connect. So they're basically going off of just like, I don't know, like just putting things, piecemealing stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
Piecing stuff together.
And the main thing is how they like put this whole picture up of this lady and then gave her some boobs and said, okay, that was her, Lucy. Yeah. Research and archaeological evidence is needed. The exact evolutionary path leading to modern humans is still being researched, you guys. What we think we know today could change tomorrow. My conclusion is there's no direct DNA or fossil that exists from a common ancestor from monkeys that lived millions of years ago to connect it to humans. All we're going off is a chimpanzee. Oh, it's close, it's only 1% off. Okay. It does not mean direct descent. More fossils are being found. All modern evidence, including DNA, shows no direct lineage. Humans did not directly evolve from monkeys. Therefore, Our common ancestor
This was an
aspect
ass.
is just a theory. Okay, the idea of common ancestor is a theoretical construct based on converging lines of evidence rather than direct genetic linkage. A theoretical construct is an abstract idea or concept that explains a phenomenon or behavior within a theoretical framework. Okay, these are ideas and you know, like, these are the references. Smithsonian National Museum of Encyclopedia Britannica,
3 minutes.
California. I mean, these are the references that will come to that. Okay. And I think I'm gonna let my time go after. How many more minutes is left?
You got 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay. So further discoveries in newer technologies are needed to bridge the gaps in the fossil record.
Yeah, never give up your time.
Common ancestor has still yet to be found. Most of the monkeys connected to apes went extinct millions of years before human existence. Zero DNA is connected. The only thing that not monkeys, not apes. Okay, they can't test the DNA. There's a degradation. Ancient DNA is often fragmented and chemically modified. Contamination. Come on, guys. How can we directly connect ourselves to something that without using any kind of scientific test other than just grabbing bones from here and there and saying, "Oh, okay, well, this is what I think it is."
This was an ass whooping.
How is that scientific?
Good Lord, stop the tape.
And that's my time.
God damn. Oh, Cube ain't even went yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first round. Damn. I don't even know why you had any doubt in your mind. This was an ass whooping. All right, listen to that. All right. So Q was up next, ladies and gentlemen. So is he going to address anything that she brought up? I will see. Let's go.
Absolutely freaking not, because he's too egotistical. He thinks I'm stupid. And
all right, there we go. All right, there we go. Genesis opening, powerful opening, bringing the challenge head on to my brother Cube. Cube, 15 minutes starts when you ready, brother. Yo, 15 minutes. Remember, there's no slander, no calling people names, out their names. Let's get through a good, respectful debate here, discussion.
Ain't that crazy that he had to because he didn't say that before I did, but he know he got to tell Cube, like, don't get to calling me all kind of names. He already know Cube is not gonna be able to control himself. You know what I'm saying? But he still got to come at me in some kind of way. He still got to belittle me, and that's all this next thing is gonna be, is a bunch of belittlement and how stupid I am, and we'll see.
Let's go, Cube. Time will start when you're ready, brother.
All right, cool. Thank you for that. And just as I stated at the very beginning with my opening statement, we're not talking about the same thing. It's evident in her presentations. In her presentation, we're not talking about the same thing. If you listen carefully, she actually said that she's talking about something else other than what I'm talking about. So this
mean? Whoa, what do you mean? You're not finna play. She ain't talking about this. What I'm talking about, game. You did that in the preliminary. I hope that was not your strategy, because everything that she said in her opening was destroying monkeys and humans, the connection of humans coming from monkeys. Humans is not even next in line when it comes to the chart. So what are you talking about, Q? I don't even think you know what you're talking about. Now, you my brother, man, but hey, on this one, man, you didn't do too great. I mean, goddamn. Let's go.
In a debate, as I stated before, she admitted she's talking about something else. So I'm going to go ahead and continue talking about humans being monkeys. Now, she brought up carbon dating. This isn't about carbon dating. We're looking at the phylogeny, and we're looking at the genome. We don't need.
Well, how do they figure out the connection without carbon dating?
They do a bunch of theories based on what they label things, and then they come up with a theory. That's what they do. This is the
it's like 3 different.
This is the Vithicai, whatever it is, right? They put it into a category, and then they say, okay, well, but I'm still trying to figure out how do they do this based on what, like, Okay, so say they find like an old proconsul, right? There's no DNA, the way to test it with DNA to even they just called it a proconsul and then they went from there. Like, bro, like it's all like in all of these fossils are really like dated based on the geology around it, not the actual fossil. So when they
That's
find it
crazy.
at this time, and then radiocarbon dating is like I said, I showed it earlier that it's flawed. So that's crazy.
Let's continue.
Need carbon dating when we're looking at the genome. We're not talking about the same thing. This isn't about fossils or none of that garbage that she brought up. All of that was trash. It was filler. It was
What?
garbage. None of
Do you see my face? I'm like, what? Do you see my face right here? I wish I could zoom in.
How can it not be about five? Yeah. Okay, Sister Genesis. Hey, champ. Now, how could this not be about fossils?
Ain't the fossils what
It
they
has to be about
use?
fossils.
You wouldn't even
It's
be
a
able to
lack of
name
fossil
these things.
remains in it. So there is no transitional fossils that enough evidence of that to prove your point. So it has to have we have to have fossils. The hell going on? We need to find this missing ancestor, the transition, all that. Oh, well, different weather conditions made one stay a monkey and the other one become human because of the weather. Man, that shit sounds stupid.
Okay, so why aren't monkeys evolving when they cut down their whole environment? Why do they become extinct then? Because there's the lack of food. Why don't they travel to another area and get their food from another forest? Why do they die?
They got some monkeys that live in the snow.
Right.
Right, man. Come on. This is some bullshit.
it
All right, let's
had
keep going.
anything to do with humans being monkeys. We don't need bones. We don't need the fossil record. We don't need any of that stuff.
You don't need the bones or the fossil record, bro. Isn't that what? How did they categorize?
Wow. What in the hell's going on?
Where is the categorization of each thing coming
Look how
from,
you looking at him.
bro?
Look how you looking at him. All right, let's go. You already fucking up. Come on, Q. What debate you in?
We have
Let's
the
go.
genome. So let me go ahead and share this.
The
I want to
genome.
share my screen really
He
quick.
just talked. It's he just said he just talked. Somebody,
What we want to
just
start off
talk.
with, yeah.
What college is backing you up exactly? You've been doing it for
All right.
5 years. You
So
should at
here's the
least be
paper,
at a school or
The
something.
monkey's
Screen
perspective.
sharing.
Thank you. Which was written in 2007. So now, if we start here, let's see, yeah, right here.
Somebody
So
said
the
I'm
recently
confused.
published draft of the rhesus macaque genome from the rhesus macaque genome sequence and analysis consortium follows that of the chimpanzee about only a year and a half now gives us 3 primate genome sequences. Those 3 primate groups are the rhesus macaque, the chimpanzee, and the human. Those are the 3 groups. Of the 2.87 gigabases sequenced at 5.2 fold coverage and containing approximately 20,000 predicted genetic loci, regions of the macaque genome that could be aligned to the human genome sequence were 93.5% identical. 93.5% identical, compared with the human genome difference of 98.77, which sometimes gives sequences that are too similar to draw meaningful comparisons. So when we look at from human to chimpanzee is 98.77. When we look at human to the macaque, we see 93.5. What is that telling us? That's telling us that we're getting closer. We're closer to chimpanzees. In the macaques, they are a little bit further from us. Why? Because they are monkeys. They are monkeys. So why would we have this great similarity with something that we aren't? It doesn't make sense.
You know what's so crazy? All right, we're similar to that you could have a dog, and the more that you're around that dog, you begin to have traits of that dog. The dog begins to kind of almost.
I see some people and the dog look alike.
Yeah. So the thing is that okay, if we're all in the same environment and we're all trying to survive based on the same patterns of weather, disease, everything, why wouldn't we share common DNA to be able to like live and thrive in that environment? Why does he think that because we share that DNA that we are one in the same? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like DNA dictates things like
Yeah.
eyes, hands, fingers, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff. You know what I'm saying? What makes us who we are. I don't know why he's acting like DNA is just like something. I don't know. So I don't know. But they compare it because okay, this group of people like needed these things to survive, but then this group of people group of monkeys only needed to like have a little bit of that to survive. So we needed like this amount of DNA to survive our environment and our traveling around and doing this that the other. They only needed this much to live in trees and live in the forest. The ones that became apes and walked on the ground, they only needed that much because they only like are living in that specific area. They're not like traveling and going. They're not migrating as much as humans were. So that's why there's a difference. I mean, am I like tripping about this or am I wrong?
No.
If humans were traveling and going to different areas and nomads and hunter gatherers, right? Wouldn't they need to develop more to do that? If you have a monkey sitting in just one forest the whole freaking time, and then we are going out doing it, wouldn't that make sense that they wouldn't need as much DNA or evolve? So that's showing that humans were evolving. They stayed in one place. They didn't evolve. However, when you take them up out of that place, they still don't evolve. So that just shows that they don't. Come on now.
She's
Yeah,
talking about
they just adapt. They might grab a coat.
They adapt.
You know, they
but
may
they don't
grab a
evolve.
coat because it's cold. They may, if from a tropical place to a cold place, they put on goddamn socks. But that ain't no fucking evolution. It supposed to be, you know, one. You know, I mean, how do monkeys? Like I said, monkeys is not humans. Humans didn't come from no damn monkeys.
Just period. Just period. Here we go.
Common ancestor. Where this motherfucker? Excuse me. Where he at?
Where they at though? Where they at? It's a song. Where they at? Where they at though?
Right.
Shoot.
So I tried to put it into layman's terms. So now we're about to get into the simians. I pulled this up over and over, and I'm gonna even show you how she agreed with me in her first round. It's very simple, but you have to listen because she doesn't know what she's talking about. So now, when we're talking about the simians anthropoids, or higher primates, are an infraorder of primates containing all animals traditionally called monkeys and apes. More precisely, they consist of the parvorder Platyrrhini, which are the New World monkeys, and Catarrhini, which are Old World monkeys, the latter of which consists of the family Cercopithidae, which she brought up, but she didn't know what she was reading. Cercopithidae are Old World monkeys. She just agreed with my point in her opening. She doesn't even know it because she hasn't studied it. She's too busy talking about bones, fossils, and other nonsense that I'm not even talking about. She's talking about where there's families and things of that nature. Yeah, there are families, and we're gonna get to that. And I'm gonna show you that you don't know what you're talking about. So the simians are sister group to the tarsiers, which are the tarsiforms, because we come from the semiform group, together forming the haplorhines. The radiation occurred about 60 million years ago in the Cenozoic era. 40 million years ago, simians colonized South America, giving rise to New World monkeys. So you had the Old World monkeys, which were in Africa, and you had the New World monkeys, which are in South America. She doesn't know what she's talking about. So let's go here. Who I want to go. Okay, monophyly. See, she doesn't understand monophyletics. So now, in biology, cladistics for the classification of organisms, monophyly is the condition of a taxonomic group being a clade that is a grouping of taxa that meet these criteria. The grouping contains its own most recent common ancestor, which she doesn't understand common ancestors. I have to break that down to her. I've tried to explain it to her multiple times. She keeps saying nonsense like common ancestor does not mean direct descent. Yes, it does. What the hell does ancestor mean? If someone is your ancestor, you directly descend from them. You don't know what you're talking about. Why are we having this conversation?
Okay, you know what? You know what? I will say I was wrong in that phrase. So he did get me on that. I was wrong. What I meant to say was that scientists they're saying that we are not directly descended. Okay, there's a common ancestor, but then you have a chimpanzee. We're not directly, even though we're 98% of chimpanzee, We're not directly descended from no chimpanzee. You see the thing bridge off and branch off into like a whole different thing. You see humans go over here, chimpanzees go down here, great apes are over here. That's what I meant to say. But I showed that actually. I showed a diagram of how it could. So he just wanted to like.
Be quiet and mute your mic.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Just don't do it again.
You see how he did that, bro? Did you hear that, Mandeka?
Things of that nature. Yeah, there are families, and we're gonna get to that. And I'm gonna show you that you don't know what you're talking about. So the simians are sister group to the tarsiers, which are the tarsiforms, because we come from the semiform group, together forming the haplorhines. The radiation occurred about 60 million years ago in the Cenozoic era. 40 million years ago, simians colonized South America, giving rise to New World monkeys. So you had the Old World monkeys, which were in Africa. You had the New World monkeys, which are in South America. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
So he thinks that I don't know the difference between a New World, No World monkey. After we actually had the discussion on his panel, that told me that okay, I showed him a whole diagram about how they thought evolution, showed how it came out the Old World monkeys, how it branched off into the New World monkeys was over here in South. We already had that discussion, so I already knew the difference between Old World and New World monkey back 2 weeks ago when I was on this panel.
So let's go here. Who I want to go. Okay, monophyly. See, she doesn't understand monophyletics. So now in biology, cladistics for the classification of organisms, monophyly is the condition of a taxonomic group being a clade that is a grouping of taxa that meet these criteria. The grouping contains its own most recent common ancestor, which she doesn't understand common ancestors. I have to break that down to her. I've tried to explain it to her multiple times. She keeps saying nonsense like common ancestor does not mean direct descent. Yes, it does. What the hell does ancestor means? If someone is your ancestor, you directly descend from them. You don't know what you're talking about. Why are we having this conversation? Be quiet and mute your mic.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Just don't do it again.
So yeah, you can't do that, Genesis. You can't do that. Eric, you.
First of all, I didn't know my mic wasn't muted, so all that extra bullshit he just did. But I think he got really flabbergasted when I said that, and it threw him off. My bad.
All right, cool. Now, what was I had to come back in here real quick? Okay. Man, what was I? Should I lose my spot? Excuse me. Yeah, we was on monophyly. So yeah, the grouping contains its own most recent common ancestor, or most precisely an ancestral population, i.e., excludes non-descendants of that common ancestor. Non-descendants. The grouping contains all of descendants of that common ancestor without exception. Let me try to show you what it's saying. So now, when you're looking at monophyly, which they're giving you an example, right here. These are the semiforms. These are monkeys. These are monkeys. Now you have your New World monkeys, which they begin to break off, and then the Old World monkeys, they begin to break off, and you see there is a common ancestor here. This line right here denotes a common ancestor. Common ancestor does mean direct descent. So you have monophyly, paraphyly, and polyphyly. She doesn't understand these things. She's just talking. So now, let's go here. And this is the easiest way that I try to explain it to her. She still doesn't get it. But hey, most people in the audience they don't get it either, which is unfortunate. So now, when I say if a person says dogs are wolves, yes, dogs are wolves. And how do we know? Because if we take a look right here, it said a recent molecular evidence shows that dogs are descended from the gray wolf. If you descend from something, you still are that. Domesticated around 130,000 years ago. The dog Canis familiaris is a direct descendant of the gray wolf. A direct descendant. Canis lupus, in other words, dogs as we know them are domesticated wolves. That's all they are. They are domesticated wolves. Not only their behavior changed, domestic dogs are different in form from wolves, many smaller with shorter muzzles and smaller teeth. It does not mean that they're not dogs anymore. Just because you may see different types of monkeys does not mean that they aren't monkeys. Just because we look different than other monkeys, it doesn't mean that we aren't monkeys. Because people like to say, well, hold on, no, we're not monkeys, we're apes. Okay, well, where did apes come from? Where the apes come from? Do we want to talk about where apes come from? Of course not, because you would have to say that apes come from monkeys. So now she doesn't understand how common ancestors work. So let's try let's give it a baby food really quick. So now, if you have a grandparent, you, and then I have a grandparent, and we both descend from that grandparent. You may be a monkey 25 million years ago, not a monkey, but like a rhesus macaque, and I may be a gorilla 25 million years into the future. But it does not mean we still didn't come from that same grandparent. So that's what a common ancestor is. You still are that thing, because guess what? What you see right here, you can only produce what you are. So humans can only produce humans. So that tells you monkeys can only produce monkeys. Just because we call ourselves something different does not mean that we aren't monkeys at our core. Let's keep going. So now this family tree shows several generations started with a pair of grandparents, in the same way an evolutionary family called phylogeny shows relationships over a much longer period of times. Longer period of times. So now let's take a look here. So what do we see? We see the ancestral tetrapod. Evolutionary trees show lineages of descent. Through these, traits are passed from a common ancestor to descendants. Why can't she get that through her mind? That common ancestors does mean direct descendants. That's what it means. That's exactly what it means. So when we look at these tetrapods, we also share the homology, morphology with birds, lizards, whales, and other mammals. So we understand that this tetrapod come from that. This is how we're able to say that we are fish. What part of that you don't get? Why is this so hard?
So now he's saying we're fish. Are we fish? We monkeys? Or not? Come on now. He just and he man.
To understand? And with that, I'll pause my time, and I'm just gonna clean up her first round. After that, she's finished.
Damn, that was weak.
If you say so, you do it.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop.
Genesis, let's go on to round two.
Wait a
Time will begin when
Stop.
you ready.
Wow.
What we gonna
That
say?
was
What we,
weak. That was weak. He gave up his time.
yeah, he did.
Man. Then he didn't look like he put any time
I think
into
that he
it.
needed to find my angle. You know what I'm saying? I think that he was not thinking I was. He knew I was going to come from another angle. I don't think he thought I was going to come from this angle. You know what I'm saying? I think he was thinking I was going to come in with like humans don't have tails. You know, just the basic stuff. I don't think that he knew I was going to come from DNA, bones, you know, fossil records, and this, that, the other. So he wasn't quite prepared to. So therefore, only thing he could do is just tell me how stupid I am and how smart he is. So,
Right. Let me share something real quick.
all right, go ahead.
Hold on. Because he said that common ancestor mean direct descent. That's not true. Did you hear when he said that?
Yeah, yeah. Now,
That's
when I
not
looked
true.
it up, it said that common ancestor did not mean direct descent. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a multi-regional evolutionary theory that Dr. Shin-Chi Wu came up with that explained that there's different
Yeah.
regions of people. You know. But I didn't research the subject. I didn't look up anything. I just going off the hip. You know.
Well, let me stop sharing your screen for 1 second. Hold up. This is what I found out. Hold up. Right here. Can y'all see this?
That's the same thing I found. I found the same thing. Yep, exactly.
Anybody there?
Yeah, I can see it.
Right. Here you go right here.
Not
A common
necessarily.
ancestor. Yeah.
Go ahead, read
Does
it.
not necessarily. Yes. Oh, okay. Direct descent in evolutionary biology, a common ancestor refers to species or organism which two or more different species or groups have evolved. This means that the common ancestor is the shared ancestral species, but it does not imply that one species directly descends from another. Key points: common ancestor. Common ancestor is a species of organisms which two or more different species or groups have evolved. Shared ancestry. The common ancestry represents a shared ancestry between different species or groups. No direct descent. The existence of a common ancestor does not imply direct descent from one species to another. Cube. You just said that like that was just true. You see
And you
that?
know what? He brought it
Humans
again
and
up in the chat.
chimpanzees share a common ancestor that live eight.
He brought it up again when
He
we had
did.
the panel.
Look,
During the
Cube. In
panel.
conclusion, a common ancestor.
And
I think
then
it's a delay.
he asked,
Go ahead.
yeah, it's a slight delay. So he brought that again up after the debate and then showed me saying that and then asked about common ancestry and then asked other people. So does that not mean direct descent? And even the PA agreed with him that it does not mean direct descent. I mean that it means direct descent, a common ancestor, right? So then he got into a whole argument with Elder what's his name? I forget his name. Got into a whole debate about direct descent, right?
Whoa.
Common ancestor. But I explained that listen, there's a
Yeah.
multi-regional evolutionary theory that they came up with that came out in 1979 that came out and that was it debunked this whole like linear aspect of evolution. Evolution is not linear. It's called a braiding tree or braiding branches of evolutionary thing, and that came out in 1979. That was after Darwin with his whole bullshit that what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. A braided stream. It's called a braided stream.
Right. Yeah. But
But I didn't do no research.
common
I didn't
ancestors or group. Yeah, the concept of common ancestors fundamental aspect of evolutionary biology and it helps understand the relationship between different species or group, but it doesn't represent like you said, doesn't imply direct descent. That's what I want because he said that. Did you hear him when he? And then one more. Let me show you one more thing that we can. It says, hold on. Let me show you the other one first. Hold up. It says here are some additional limitations and potential sources of error in radiometric dating. Contamination, external contamination. Radiation dating assumes that the sample has not been contaminated with external radioactive isotopes. However, contamination can occur through various geological processes such as weathering, erosion, and hypothermal activity. About internal contamination, even if the sample is not contaminated externally, internal contamination can still occur. For example, the sample may contain inherited radioactive isotopes from its parent rock. Assumptions. Constant radioactive decay. Radiometric dating assumes that radioactive decay rates have remained. It's a delay.
Yeah, it's a delay. So here's the thing. That's the reason why I was trying to explain that, even with DNA, so you're just only going into carbon dating, but I even broke down DNA and how that is that they only can, the oldest thing that they was ever able to get the DNA from was a woolly mammoth in Greenland. Now, you know how cold Greenland can be, right? The only reason why they was able to recover that was because of the climate. Now, when you go into Africa that's hot, all those things degrade. So there's no way to truly test the fossils from a DNA perspective genetically to even know anything. So all they're doing is they're piecing fossils together by taking like little pieces here, bone here, bone there. Now these could be multiple different proconsuls that lived at that time, and then they'll piece one thing, all these bone together, and make one proconsul out of all these different things and say, okay, that's the proconsul.
Now look at that. Now let me finish a couple of these, and we get back to the show. Also, so it says radiometric dating assumes that radioactive decay rates have remained constant. Initial isotope composition. Radiometric dating assumes that the initial isotopic composition is the sample is known. However, this assumption may not always hold true, as the initial composition may have been altered by geological processes. Sample quality, poor preservation. If the sample is not well preserved, it may not. And metamorphism, the radiometric date may be unrelated isotopes. If the sample contains inherited isotopes from the parent rock, its radiometric date may be inaccurate. Look at all these flaws. Let me give you a few more. Instrumental errors, mass spectrometry errors. Radiometric dating relies on mass spectrometry to measure its isotopic compositions of the sample. However, mass spectrometry can be subject to instrumental errors such as contamination or carbonation errors. Detector errors. The detectors used in radiometric dating can also be subject to errors such as background radiation or detector drift. How about geological processes, weathering and erosion? Weathering and erosion can alter the isotopic composition of the sample, leading to inaccurate radiometric dates. Hypothermal activity. Hypothermal activity can also alter the isotopic composition of the sample, leading to inaccurate radiometric dates. But y'all want to just act like, like it's just everything just is true. Metamorphosis.
And that was my whole argument. That was my whole argument.
Right.
You guys are basing your science off of things that are flawed and not all the way developed yet. They have not completely figured out how to test these fossils. You understand what I'm saying? And they're testing the geology around it, and it still could be flawed.
Right. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and get back to it. We're going to finish this round, and I got to wrap it up. Okay, hold up. We can maybe do a part 2 later, tomorrow. All right. Is that you sharing or me sharing?
Did you want to skip? It's me sharing. Did you want to skip to the end, or you want to stay on? Just go to round 2.
This is your round 2, right?
Yeah.
Because he quit. Okay, let's hear your round 2. Do his round 2, then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Unmute yourself. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
Time starts.
All right. So there's a key evolutionary difference between how humans have evolved versus monkeys. Okay. So to talk about us, you're really breaking us down into like this semiform and this, that, the other, and using a bottom-up evolutionary model, and basically saying that we evolved over time into this monkey, to this human-like thing from a tree swinging, tail having monkey, and there's some common ancestor with the ape. This is all like based in scientific nonsense. Okay, humans and monkeys evolved along different paths. Humans emerged approximately 300,000 years ago, have adapted to environmental change, changed their environment, and achieved significant advancements in a short time. Monkeys, despite existing for millions of years with environmental changes, have either remained relatively unchanged or have gone extinct. Okay. Mathematics is evidence of top-down order. Mathematics such as the value of pi and the Fibonacci sequence exist independent of human discovery. Universal truths like geometry and physical constants. Okay. I mean, gravity, all type of things that we figured out as human beings, and monkeys are still swinging in trees. Okay. They haven't even slightly evolved. They might change what they eat. They might go swing from a different tree or whatever. But they pretty much, if they don't, they pretty much lack any cognitive ability past unless we interact with them. But they don't evolve past being a monkey. You put a monkey back in the wild, it's going to go back to being a monkey. It's not going to change its environment and show the other monkeys what the humans taught them or nothing like that. It's going to stay a monkey. It's going to have to adapt to the monkeys in the tree. Humans developed advanced cognitive abilities.
Wait, come on. You can't tell me that wasn't funny now. I said you. I didn't come up that with the off the fly. I said, they're not gonna go back and teach the other monkeys. Come on, y'all. Let's play some music up in here. You don't see monkeys up there like a wingbo whip, a wingbo. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I learned how to drum when I was with the humans. When they released them back into the wild, I learned how to play drums and stuff like that. Cultural transmission allowed cumulative advancements like in knowledge and technology. Monkeys lack the system for complex knowledge transmission. So if we have evolved from a monkey, then how in the heck are we up here with such advances? Why are we building pyramids? How do we create AI? What are we doing? Why haven't monkeys at least evolved even slightly? Why haven't they started making fires or do something except for swinging trees? And then if that environment changes, if we go up in there with some bulldozers, and they're not going to run and go to another location and change that environment and do what they're going to go extinct. Okay, that's what's going to happen. That group of monkeys. Humans are not merely evolved monkeys, but represent a unique species, unparalleled capabilities. The rapid advancements of humans suggest influence beyond random mutations. Okay, he's basically talking about is random mutations that created the humans. A universal truths like mathematics and physical laws point to a top-down, pre-existing order in the universe. Okay, so when I talk about bottom up versus top down, so bottom up means that a lot of like these atheists and like evolutionists, they just believe that we evolved slowly over time and then we became these human beings. Okay. But I'm like, nah, it sounds that basically with the fact that mathematics has existed prior to monkeys and everything shows that there is a universal design. What I'm talking about is God, right? There is a God. So therefore, that's what I was trying to attack here. And that's why that's what I really like. He pissed him off because universal truths like mathematics, all these things existed regardless of us being here. Physics existed, geometry existed, all these things existed prior to our being here. So to say that we evolved into something over time, but yet we understand these universal truths now, but they don't, like, what are we saying here? What they should have evolved as well, right? This evolutionary conversation is really just a racist construct that people thought up to basically prove that white people were superior, and we're buying it. He's buying it, and I don't care how much research you're doing on Wikipedia to find that out, but you're basically going into Darwin and all this other crazy stuff to find this information out. All this stuff Darwin is the pappy of. All this information is Darwin's BS, and he's a racist. He's racist. We're gonna get into that later on too. Okay. Dr. Paul Willis, a paleontologist. I'm sorry, I'm Russian. Firstly, humans did not evolve from monkeys. Instead, monkeys share a common ancestor from which both evolved around 25 million years ago. Based on what? This is what these scientists are saying. We believe in this. Since we believe in science, science is God, and we're taking our information from science. We're talking about evolution that happened 25 million years ago based on these fragments of bones that they found with no DNA evidence. Once again, I say, and now you've got a whole chart and all this other stuff about how we evolved from this and evolved from that. And there's zero evidence truly actually from any DNA except for a chimpanzee. And then they say, okay, well, because we share so much with the chimpanzee, there has to be some kind of common ancestor that came from a monkey somewhere. And even though the apes diverged from a supposed common ancestor 25 million years ago, even though there's no proof of that, we're just going to go off of this. That's ridiculous. Okay. All this is speculation, is theories. Okay. Humans share common ancestors with apes, which is still yet to be found. All he's doing is taking these charts that these people are putting together, which is just a theorizing what they think might have happened based on Darwin and making and touting it off as fact. And he's egotistical about it because he has to, because that's his God. He's an atheist. He believes that everything started with based on evolution has to exist. Okay, it has to exist. Based on these fragments of bones that they found,
I had to run that
no
back.
DNA evidence. Once again, I say, and now you got a whole chart and all this other stuff about how we evolved from this and evolved from that, and there's zero evidence truly actually from any DNA except for a chimpanzee. And then they say, okay, well, because we share so much with the chimpanzee, there has to be some kind of common ancestor that came from a monkey somewhere. And even though the apes diverged from a supposed common ancestor 25 million years ago, even though there's no proof of that, we're just going to go off of this. That's ridiculous. Okay, all this is speculation, is theories. Okay, humans share common ancestors with apes, which is still yet to be found. All he's doing is taking these charts that these people are putting together, which is just a theorizing what they think might have happened based on Darwin. And making and touting it off as fact. And he's egotistical about it because he has to, because that's his God. He's an atheist. He believes that everything started with based on evolution has to exist. Okay, it has to exist. Otherwise, how he can't explain how we got here. So this actually is going to break. This is breaking down all like thoughts of when it comes to anything. When it comes to our creation. But there's no DNA evidence. So, I mean, even this scientific way of trying to come up with this information still has more work that needs to be done to be able to prove that this stuff is true. Only thing I'm seeing here is just like a bunch of like stuff talking about things that existed at a time that you can't even do any testing to date back to. And you're showing these words of these monkeys and things like that they took about a few fossil found some fossils of and said, okay, well, this is this, and this is this is that, and this is this, and whatever. And all they did was have a little chip of a fossil of the bottom of a tooth of a skull. So basically, evolution is not linear. Okay, scientists theorize that humans and other animals share a common ancestor, but this does not mean that we're the same species or would evolve directly from one another. What they're talking about is a braided stream, you guys. That does not mean that we came from the same thing. There's different people in all over the world. So how can we say that we evolved from one specific thing? Common ancestor refers to shared evolutionary history between different species. Common species, on the other hand, refers to organisms that belong to the same species. Over time, species can diverge and undergo significant changes, resulting in a distinct species with unique characteristics. As mammals, okay, because he's going from, if you're a primate and you're a simian and you're a monkey, okay, well, we're mammals, okay, humans share certain characteristics with other mammals as well as genetic markers. However, those shared characteristics do not imply that we evolved from the same species or are closely related to other mammals. We have genetic markers that connect us to those things. It doesn't mean that we are that thing. Why do we stop at monkey? Why aren't we fish? Why aren't we Luca? Why aren't we a blob? Why aren't we bacteria? We're just monkey. We just gonna stop at monkey. You know, it's a box within a box within a box within a box. So now we're monkeys. Okay, well, we'll go past monkey. What are we then? So I guess we're fish if you actually like go back far enough. But no, the genetic thing is closer to the chimpanzee, so let's stop at monkey. Basically, homologous structures are characteristics shared between different species. This does not imply direct evolutionary relationship. In conclusion, a common ancestor does not mean that we are the same species or evolved directly from one another. Our shared evolutionary history is complex, and our distinct characteristics have evolved over millions of years. Proconsul, Dryopithecus, Ramapithecus in the evolution of the great apes. Okay, so what he's saying, what he believes is that we came from a proconsul that existed 25 million years ago, and that's what he's trying to say that is our common ancestor. How can we prove lineage from apes that went extinct 25 million years ago, and there's no DNA? Again, I say there's no DNA evidence to prove anything he's saying. No, All he's doing is taking some lists that people were able to name, and it sounds really, really smart and intelligent. And there's no proof, no true real proof, no real DNA except for anything closest which is a chimpanzee. And all the animals that he's saying that we are connected to went extinct 25 million years ago, and we've only existed for 300,000 years. How can you connect us to something 25 million years ago without any true DNA or genetic testing of those things that existed? And you have the bones, but guess what? They can't test them because it degrades over time. So what are we really talking about here? How can we connect ourselves? Oh, well, we've theorized. Okay, all this is theory. Well, this should go into this subsection and this subsection, and then that proves your point because someone made a chart and it put things in order for you. I don't understand why he's acting like he done went on an archaeological dig or got a microscope and looked up any of this stuff. How can we prove lineage from apes that went extinct millions of years ago when every ape that came after it still isn't direct lineage to human? We're not in direct lineage of a chimpanzee. The chimpanzees did not give birth to humans. Apes did not give birth to humans at the top, like old world monkeys did not give birth. They went extinct. So bottom line, that there's science itself separates the ape from the monkey. And I showed you back in my in the whole presentation with the Encyclopedia Britannica, where there was a clear separation. When they say old world monkeys and they say apes, they'll say old world monkeys and apes or apes. They separate the two. They don't say old world monkeys and then in parentheses apes. They don't say that. They say and apes. So when they talk about the Catarines, I think it was the Catarines. When they talk about those old world apes back here, when I was on right here, when they talk about, the old world monkeys, they are under a super family, okay, on Cercopithecoidea, okay. Now I don't know the words all the way. I just know the order of how this thing is done. The Catarine, okay, there's a super family of Cercopithecoidea. Underneath that is the old world monkey. There's another superfamily of apes, and underneath that is a human. Okay, so there's a clear separation, but somehow he's saying that no, it's all together. No, I don't know. That makes us a monkey. So where are we at? Proconsul. There's a gap in the fossil record, okay, and I would like to challenge that. There's a direct fossils linked at proconsul. The great apes are sparse. There's proconsuls represent an early branch. Not all species led to great apes, okay. Relationship to human. Dryopithecus is part of a lineage closer to the common ancestor of great apes and humans. But where's the fossil of this common ancestor? Closer to the common ancestor. All these things are extinct, and there is no fossil of the common ancestor that connects us. What we figured out here is as much as the scientists have discovered, they still don't know. But somehow Cube knows. Okay, somehow Cube got it all figured out. Everybody is stupid but him. All the scientists, as much as they say they don't know, Cube got it all figured out. He ain't been to no archaeological digs. He ain't got no microscope. He ain't even dug up in his backyard and looked up a damn bone in his backyard and see if he finds a fossil back there.
Oh, not the backyard.
Darwin was a racist, and I'm gonna go get into that in my next thing. But I want to just specifically talk about how racist Darwin was. So I mean, at some he said at some future period, he thought he basically was saying that the apes and everything, that the civilized man, the Caucasian, sorry, I'm losing my spot. Basically, he basically saw the African man and also the Aborigines to be lesser than. You know what I'm saying? He believed that they were lesser species. Okay, so how can we base our information on a racist science? Okay, a whole scientific racial construct that's touted and based in racism. The whole objective for this whole
Marquis said, Q said we
breaking
was
us down into monkeys and saying that we're monkeys is racist. What you say? What he saying? He said, what are we talking about here? He said,
Somebody
Cube
like,
said we monkeys and lost
girl,
the
why
debate.
you talking about age?
Cube said we was
Marquis
monkeys
said-
and lost the
Cube
debate.
said, we was monkeys and lost. 70% to 30%. That one don't know. That one they goddamn this fuck fatality. Shit. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going
So
on.
why would we follow that? Why would we
man.
follow racist rhetoric and then tout it off to be the truth? Why are we so focused on us being monkeys when scientists themselves separate us from monkeys? Why would Sam? Then you had the Homo florensis, and what happened is that the scientists actually went in and destroyed the
1 minute. 1 minute.
How can we truly trust a scientist that will destroy a fossil? Because the reason why they destroyed the fossil is because they found out that the fossil had Down syndrome. Now this was in Asia, okay, in India. And what they ended up doing was they ended up making it so that this person could not, no one could actually study that site until this paleoanthropologist died. How can we trust these scientists? And all this information he's talking about is all based on this science and these people that you can't even trust with the information. And they don't even have the true, the data that they need. They still are doing research. They're still finding out more things. I think that's my time.
All right, man. Genesis becoming a force to be reckoned with, y'all. Genesis is now into the debate ring, into the debate circuit. She have taken on one of them suckers over there and beat him bad. But Cube, you're up, brother. We got Cube up for the second round. Time will start when you're ready, brother.
Yeah, I couldn't listen to the past like 5 minutes of her talking. I had to mute
No, come
and turn
on,
it off
stop
because like she's just not on topic for some reason.
Can we address that? So he purposely
go ahead.
just didn't move into the thing, and he just so egotistical, right? I just couldn't.
That
listen
sound
to
like he crying. You know, you got to look at the feet behind them glasses. We can kind of see it, bro. See how he holding his mouth? That's a look at the feet. Them teeth should be smiling, and that's not a confident mouth. You know, you can just look at him. Even though he got the glass on, you can see how his eyebrows are downtrodden. You can see it. Come on, Q. You getting your ass whooped. You should be coming out with some of your best monkey lines and distinct. You should be coming with all of them. Mighty Joe Young, goddamn it, King Kong, Clyde from Got Any Which Way You Can Lose, Cheetah from Tarzan. All of them should be out today. You should be proud. These my brothers from another mother. Come on, man. Let me see what you got. Go ahead, quick. Start the video.
Like, who's bringing? Like, what does racism have to do with your genome?
Man, you know what? I eat ice. That's what that is. That is Sonic ice, and it was crazy. The straw is stuck in the ice, and I'm trying to get the ice out. That's what's crazy about that.
Like, what does racism have to do with that? You started my time?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, like, what does racism have to do with your genome? This doesn't even make sense what she's talking about. Like, this is pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you got some slides and stuff like that, but it's not saying anything. And then what's even sad is that a lot of your slides, they actually agree with me. So let me just, yes, they did. And I want to share my screen to show you a few of those slides.
So I'm cooking him, and while I'm debating, the reason why he didn't hear what I said, because the whole time he's going to go to my slide and try to prove his point, rather than him creating his own slides to prove his point. He's going to go into my slide and prove his point, which is not even it doesn't even prove the point. But go ahead.
That actually agree with me. This is pathetic. This is utterly pathetic. Here, let me share this. This is horrific. Okay, let me know where you can see that.
I can see it. It's up there.
All right, so now this is what she brought forward. This is what she brought forward. But what she wanted to do was she wanted to highlight something in red to force your brain to look down there. But nah, we're not that slow. What we do is we read the whole thing. So this is what she brought to the debate. This was one of her slides in the first round. This is what she said. Well, this is what her source says. It says, due to billions of years of evolution, humans share genes with all living organisms. The percentage of genes or DNA that organisms share records their similarities. We share more genes with organisms that are more closely related to us. Who said that? Who said that? Was it I that said that when I pointed out that 93 that we share 93.5% with the macaque, and then we share 98.77 with the chimpanzee? That's what I said, and this is your sources saying the same thing.
Actually, I said it first, and then you said it again, because I did show 98% with a chimpanzee and 93% with other monkeys. So I did say that before you said it. So stop it.
When we see the percentages higher, we're closer. So your own sources is agreeing with me. This is what I'm saying. She doesn't understand what she's talking about. We share more genes with organisms that are more closely related to us. Because she's asking crazy questions. Well, bones don't prove relations. Well, you know what? Bones don't prove relations, but you know what does? Your genome. And we've mapped it out for a monkey. We mapped it out for another ape, which is the chimpanzee, and we've mapped it out for humans. How do you get? Why would someone share 93+% of their genome with humans? Why would something share 93+%? When I did a DNA test for my daughter, it's
Bro, don't you think that fish share a large amount of their DNA with each other? Isn't that what make them fish? You know what I'm saying? To swim in the ocean, to you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're living on land and we come from the same environment, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't we share a lot of like DNA to like be able to adapt and live in that environment? You understand what I'm saying? We just happen to stand upright and keep it moving, right? They stayed in the trees, right? But they want to still connect us to some common ancestor. And I said we have yet to find a common ancestor. That's what this was about. It's about DNA shows that our species diverged from a common ancestor specimen that lived between 8 and 6 million years ago. Okay, the last common ancestor, monkeys and apes, lived 25 million years ago. He don't even understand what I'm really trying to do in this slide. What I was trying to do in this slide is show, okay, chimpanzees 8 to 6, and I already debunked that earlier. And then so-called monkeys and apes 25 million. You can't do any DNA to test none of that shit, because ain't no evidence of any of that.
said 90. I think it said like 98.7 or something like that. I forget what it was. This was years ago. Why would something be so high? Why would it be so high? Let's continue to read this nonsense she put up. It says humans belong to the
Well, he asked why would it be so high, but he didn't even answer his own question. I just answered it because they needed it to survive. They needed the same things to survive that the other animals that was in that area needed to survive. Same thing with fish. Fish, in order to survive, need to be able to like live underwater. They need gills. They need, you know what I'm saying? They need like all that different stuff that fish got in their body. You know what I'm saying? So there's the answer to that question, because you didn't answer your own question. You should have answered your own question.
biological group known as primates. Are monkeys primates? See, when you don't understand what I'm talking about and you just decide to put a whole bunch of other slides together that's talking about nothing, about Darwin being a racist, who gives a damn about that nonsense? Talking about monkeys swinging from trees that I'm not talking about. I'm talking about a subgroup in these primates called simiforms. That's where we come from. That's what you're not willing to debate. This is why it was pointless us even being here doing this this evening. But we're going to continue at your expense. Humans belong to the biological group known as primates and are classified with the great apes, one of the major groups of the primate evolutionary tree. Besides similarities in their anatomy and behavior, our close biological kinship with other primate species is indicated by DNA evidence. This is asking you, excuse me, this is answering those silly questions that you were asking. So if you would have just read your own source, you wouldn't have had to talk about.
Where'd they get the DNA evidence from? From a chimpanzee, not from a 25 million year old specimen fossil or 8.6 million year fossil. What they did was they tested the chimpanzee and then assumed that there was a common ancestor. That's what I'm saying. They hypothesized, oh, well, we must have diverged 8.6 million years ago because we still have to keep this whole like linear version of evolution alive. And that's why they said there's a common ancestor, even though there's no proof of a common ancestor when it comes down to fossil record or DNA.
About no damn fossils that I'm not talking about. If you would have just read,
And see, here's the thing: he's focusing on this slide, but he's negating this part where I says we have yet to find the common ancestor.
your own source, you wouldn't have had to bring up that other nonsense that you brought up. You didn't have to do it. If you just read your source, it's telling you exactly what I'm telling you. Besides similarities in anatomy and behavior, our close biological kinship with other primate species. Monkeys are primates. And it's telling you that we have kinship, not just regular kinship, not play kinship. That's my cousin and them. No, biological kinship. That's what it's saying. Our close biological kinship with other primate species is indicated by DNA evidence. It confirms that our closest living biological relatives are chimpanzees and bonobos. Closest. That's the closest. But then when we begin to look at the rhesus macaque, we see that they're 93.5, but the closest is the chimpanzees and bonobos. Why don't you read your source? Why would you bring this to us? Why would you try to highlight that in red and try to get away from it? Because it says something that you thought agreed with you, but I'm about to show you how it actually doesn't. This is what happens when you put a whole bunch of slides.
We have yet to find who the common ancestor is. We did not evolve from chimpanzees. We have similar DNA, but we did not evolve from them. They don't have the common ancestor, so therefore there's a missing so-called link.
Together, throwing SHIT at the wall and hoping something sticks. I'm the cube, man. Who you think you're dealing with? It confirms that our closest living biological relatives are chimpanzees and bonobos, with whom we share many traits, but we did not evolve directly from primates living today. God, that's what I've been saying the whole time. She's thinking about some monkeys that are living today. I keep telling her I'm not talking about that we are monkeys that live in today.
I didn't say that we were monkeys living today. What I said, he said I'm talking about monkeys living today. What I'm saying is that okay, they tested chimpanzee and they found a similarity in the genetic code, right? So then they made a hypothesis, an assumption that there has to be some kind of a missing link in between or some common ancestor that does not exist. They have this is just a theory. It's not based on fact. You know what I'm saying? You could be so smart, you could be stupid.
She keeps going there. If you had read your source, you would understand that that's what I was saying, and your source is also saying it. Why didn't you read your source? Why didn't you read this source? Did you skip over everything?
Honey, I read the source. That's why I said we have yet to find who the common ancestor is. That source was meant to talk about the common ancestor, not about the DNA.
Dang it, just highlight that. Now let's read the part that she tried to use misdirection and get us to look at. It says DNA also shows that our species and chimpanzees diverge from a common ancestor. Hold on. Why does she keep asking, well, how do you prove this and how do you prove that? Your own source is telling you. DNA. DNA also shows that our species and chimpanzees diverge from a common ancestor. What does it mean to diverge? What does that mean? It means that you have to fucking originate with that thing before you can diverge.
No, diverge means that you separated, right? However, the bottom line is that separated from what? And how do you know it was only one single common ancestor? That's the thing I'm talking about. Is that you're talking about diverge
from something? You had to originate with it. from a common ancestor species that lived between 8 and 6 million years ago. The last common ancestor of monkeys and apes lived about 25 million years ago. Hold on. Hold on. This says exactly what I've been saying. The last common ancestors of monkeys, not of monkeys and apes, lived about 25 million years ago. So what are we talking about? Let's do it like this, because you're still not getting it. You're still not getting it. So now, if we were to put a monkey right here, if we put a monkey right here, what we would see is we would see multiple other clades breaking off, showing what? Different species that come from it, but they would still be monkeys. You're dead, you're super dead, you're deader than dead because you don't know what you're talking about. Let's go to one of our other slides. It's sad that I have to explain your slides to you. It's pathetic. Can we get a time check real quick? Because I don't even need the rest of this after I go through this.
You got 7 minutes, 15 seconds.
Good. I don't even need it all. Here we go. She want to talk about, this is what she put up. Genetic differences. Humans share 98 to 99% of DNA with chimpanzees. That 1 to 2 difference is a key genetic difference. Now, this is saying that 1 to 2 difference, what is caused by that difference? We see advanced cognitive functions. We see the FOXP2 gene for language and speech. We see complex and social and cultural structures. If you read your source, it would explain to you why monkeys are still swinging from trees and we aren't, because we diverged. Because we have that 1 to 2% difference. Because we diverge, and within what came with that divergence was the FOXP2 gene that mutated that allowed for speech and language, was advanced cognitive functions, complex social and cultural structures. This is your source telling you why monkeys are the way that they are. Other monkeys in the world that are living today, the extant monkeys today, are the way that they are. They're telling you why. Evolutionary divergence. Apes split from monkeys. Oh my God. Why is she not reading her source?
Bottom line is that okay? If apes split from monkeys, he's using this slide, but I also talked later in the slide talking about there is still a missing link between all that stuff. You know, when it comes down to it, that monkeys are still not evolved. Why have they not evolved? Right? They haven't evolved.
Apes split from monkeys. So you mean to tell me that apes come from monkeys? Huh, interesting. So if apes come from monkeys and humans are apes, what does that say? It says you fucking lost the debate. That's what it says. It says you don't know what you're talking about, is what it says. If apes split from monkeys, millions of years before chromosome 2 fused with humans, far fewer similarities with monkeys due to earlier divergence of monkeys from apes. This is
What caused the split, bro? What caused the split? Was it another creature that it might have like merged with? I don't know. I don't believe in evolution, so
sad. Why would you throw up all of this stuff here and not even?
He would have been better off proving what the actual split was for. How did they split? Why did they split? He'd rather try to diss me and whatever than prove his point about apes and monkeys being the same thing. He, you know what I'm saying? Like rather than him say that, listen, the split came because of this, the monkeys came because of that. No, he wants to attack me and my point.
Read. Let's go to her last one. And this one, I don't know if this one was bad, but the first one was just pathetic. So what this she was just trying to explain, oh no, we actually come from the family of Hominidae. But this is what she gives us? This is what she gives us. So she look at what she's trying to highlight. She's trying to highlight
the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Okay, well let's look at what she wants us to look at. Let's take a look. So now Hominidae. So when we look at the family of Hominidae, what do we see up in there? We see humans, we see other apes, but when we go up, we see the superfamily, which is Hominoidea. But hold on just a second. I know it's really bad and the contrast is really off, but when you go up, what does that say? Does that say Catarrhini? Does that say old world monkeys? Does that say Cercopithidae? Hold on, you gotta be joking, right? That doesn't say Circle
You gotta let
Pithidae,
me
right?
play the next part where I
That doesn't
feel.
say Circle Pithidae, right? No, that don't say that. It don't say Circle Pithidae. It's not telling you that these are monkeys that we come from. You can't be that damn silly to try to start down here and not want to talk about what it came from. In my entire argument, I'm talking about the monophyly. It's very simple. I have not diverged or strayed from that. I've made it clear. And we see it right here. It's the same thing I've been talking about. I put up something, you put up something, it's saying the same thing, except you don't understand it. You made my point for me with your slides. And with that, that's time, man. This is trash. Straight garbage.
Right. All right. Sister Genesis, your last and final round. Cube came back with a crusher, a bone crusher. Powerful information. Sister Genesis, let me know when you're ready. This is your last and final round to make a powerful impact. Get y'all questions ready out there in YouTube land, in the streets of YouTube. We will be opening up for question and answers. Let me know when you're ready, sis. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Genesis. I don't think Genesis can hear me.
I don't understand why he does not see.
All right, you ready?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me present my screen. Wait, can you see my screen?
Yes, your screen is up.
All right, let me go back here because I don't understand why he just does not see. Right here.
All right, time starts.
Okay, let me see if I can zoom in here. Okay.
Time start now.
Okay. So you have Catarini, you have Old World Monkeys and Apes, right? And this is what we supposedly these are a lot of different things within this category. Okay. Just like all monkeys are primates, but all primates are not monkeys. Okay. He's saying the same thing. All apes are monkeys, but all monkeys aren't apes, or what, some shit like that. Bottom line is that science itself separates the old world monkey from the ape. You see that there's a separate super family. You see how this thing is, there's a Catarini up here, and then you see that it separates the super family, and then there's a so Circle Pithecoidae, and then you have one family with 21 genera, okay? And you see that this is the family Circle Pithecoidae, old world monkeys, okay? That they did not. If now, what he would be saying is these apes would have been underneath the family of old world monkeys. This would have been underneath over here. It wouldn't have been its own super family of hominoidea. I'm very bad at pronouncing stuff. Hominoidea. Bottom line is that you have the Circle Pithecoidea and you have a hominoidea, apes. Circle Pithecoidea is old world monkeys separate from apes. Now he's trying to say that monkeys came from apes came from monkeys. Okay, if something diverges 25 million years ago, okay, and then if something goes extinct, the thing that it supposedly diverged from goes extinct. How could you connect it to it, and especially when you don't have any technology that goes far enough back to even test it? He's saying that DNA is the thing that does it, but it says right here that at the top of this on Encyclopedia Britannica, it said, like any classification, the present arrangement is essentially a hypothesis of relationships. And this is the Encyclopedia Britannica saying it's a hypothesis. But just because it said that he's using this thing and it's clearly separating monkeys from apes. And knowing that this whole arrangement is essentially a hypothesis, but he's using it and saying it's a fact. All these things are studies. They're trying to figure out where we came from. It does not make us exactly that. So I don't understand why you're going to take that as a fact and just make an assumption and say, oh, well, guess what? That's what we are. We're monkeys based on a hypothesis, a hypothetical thing. It's a relationship among superfamilies, families, and genre is continuously being tested by the discovery of new fossils. Reanalysis of data from conventional sources and analysis of new data such as DNA sequences. So then there's a new source of information. Now they're trying to look at the molecular clock. They need more data. You're basically taking information from something that's not even set in stone. And that's no pun intended, set in stone. No fossil records to connect anything to some great common ancestor, because that common ancestor, it doesn't even exist. They're just throwing things up, throwing things at the wall and hoping to stick. And then people like Cube will sit there and base his whole life around it. A hypothesis is a supposition that Cube will take his whole and make his whole life around it. Oh my God. You know what? I'm hearing this back for the first time. That was hilarious. See, he'll just take his whole life and just put it around it. Or a proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence as a starting point for further investigation. Let's go back to some great common ancestor, because that common ancestor, it doesn't even exist. They're just throwing things up, throwing things at the wall and hoping to stick. And then people like Cube will sit there and base his whole life around it. A hypothesis is a supposition or a proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence as a starting point for further investigation. It's just the start of the investigation. That's not the end all be all. And he want to cuss somebody out over this. Like I said, this fool ain't never, he ain't got no microscope. He ain't been to no archaeological dig to know how it's done. All he doing is looking stuff online just like anybody else is, and smoking his blunt and thinking that he Dr. Cube now. Dr. Cube, DOCTAH, okay? Bottom line is that there's gaps in the fossil record. It still remains a point of scientific inquiry. All this stuff is based, okay, how could you base yourself and base everything that you believe in on a science that's based in racism? The whole objective of even, okay, yeah, sure, you have scientists now that are testing this stuff, but the whole structure of this was to prove that Black people were apes, and that white people were human. What they did was they found out otherwise. They found out that we were true 100% human, and that they were more closer to apes and Neanderthal. And then after they found out that they were closer to the Neanderthal, then they started to say that the Neanderthal was smart. Before that, it used to be you would get probably fought if you said about Neanderthal. Neanderthal was not something cool to say that you was that was your ancestor. They changed that narrative, because basically once they found out that they had that Neanderthal and we didn't, the Africans didn't, when they did the DNA research, oh, now all of a sudden, oh, well hold on now. Neanderthals are cool now. Now he's basing his information on a whole scientific system that's based in racism, that does things like break the fossil records that they find, put them back together, do all kind of weird stuff, create like all kind of take the skulls and reconstruct them. That's what this whole scientist right here did. Right here, this whole paleontologist right here, he damaged the fossil. What are we basing all these names that we come up with on these little chunks of a fossil that's put together? Like I said, Lucy was scattered miles apart, and then they put it together and they came up with a whole. I mean, come on now. You want to see this picture of Lucy? Come on now. They took all this and then gave her some titties and put on like gave her all this and her hair, and based on this little bit of stuff. And then there's no DNA thing that can to actually tell you what she looked. This is all an artistic rendering. This is not based on any kind of science DNA. All they did was take a fossil and just assume that that's what it was. They do the same thing in dinosaurs. You'll see a whole museum of dinosaurs, and they just only might have found a tail. and you'll see a whole dinosaur out of that. So how can we? So and they're gonna create what this look like pretty soon too. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't got the picture of it yet, they gonna put it together. You know what I'm saying? They gonna come out with a look for that one too. They did the same thing with the Neanderthal. Bottom line is that how could you trust a racist scientific society and believe? First of all, wouldn't that be crazy to that this particular Homo florensis was about to change everything about what they thought where we came from? But this guy destroyed it. They were going to make a whole new Homo species based on the fossil of the Homo florensis. Another thing is that if we all come from multiple regions, could it be that we all that everything, instead of us evolving from one specific thing, that we could have evolved from several different things? Why are we just so stuck on evolving from one specific thing? Couldn't there be a bipedal kind of ape-like creature that came out that was able to swim in water and live on land? Why are we so stuck on what these scientists are thinking? You know what I'm saying? That because they put together a diagram, and we're just stuck on that notion that they give us. How can we truly trust a science that would actually be racist enough, or that fulfill their own intellectual thoughts about what they think society should be? And once they found out that this thing had genetic defects, which would probably, if they say that this is a new genus, then that might be that there's people out here that would be the Down syndrome trait. Why would you take that away and start to destroy that?
Hey, champ.
They would not let
Real
no
quick,
one go
put it on
back
mute. Somebody else
into that cave until that.
Somebody else want to congratulate you real quick. Say something real quick. Put pause real quick. Hold up.
Peace,
Hold up.
sister. This Yashib in Israel. I like your presentation because I can follow what you're saying. I can follow everything you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Biologically, you know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with, I like what you're doing. You know, it's. Let me figure out how to say this. What you're doing to me represents science. You're able to debate it. You know, when a person that knows the subject well, he or she is not scripted. You can go off the script and expound upon what you're talking about. And what I want to say is that people that are into Darwinism, evolution, you know, those people are in a religion. And almost all of the people that are in evolution are atheists. So they are atheist religion people. And this is the reason when people like yourself, you're able to expound heavily, because when there's a lot of evidence backing the truth. You can use, you know, he was telling me about how you wanted to change this and that. And I told him it's okay for you to change this and that because you have a plethora of evidence. You can use this evidence this time. You can use that evidence the next time, another group of evidence, because there is a plethora of evidence to back up what you're saying. Now, people that are into the religion of evolution, they get, when you take them off the script, then they get lost. They can't go nowhere. They get to crying and complaining and stuff like what we were seeing. But what I'm saying on the microbiological level, when you're talking scientifically, when you're talking about evolution, you shouldn't start from a monkey. You should start from a cell. And then you should talk about all the characteristics and properties of a cell. You should teach about the nucleus and the atom. You should be able to talk about those things when you start off talking with microbiological evolution. Okay, because there's no such thing as Darwinian evolution. That stuff is fairy tale for kids. Okay, now we're talking about a cell. Okay, inside of your genetics, inside of your genetic cell, you cannot reproduce nothing that is outside of the cell. It must be in the cell. What I'm saying is that inside of your human DNA, you don't have wings, you don't have feathers, you don't have horns, you don't have tails.
Right.
You will not ever, as a human being, evolve into something with wings, something with tails, something with claws and horns, because it is outside of your genome, flat out. When you're dealing with microevolutionary biology,
Teach.
okay, we're talking about cell. You talk about the cell. The cell can only produce that which is inside the cell. So when the evolution talks about how you and your seed can evolve. You can be this tall, and your seed can evolve to be taller or shorter than you. They can have curlier or lighter hair than you. You understand what I'm saying? They can be thicker or thinner than you. You know, it's a whole bunch of characteristics, but the evolution must persist inside of the information that is inside the cell. You know, like I said, if the cell didn't have horns, no human will evolve into anything that has horns. The only way that you can evolve into something that is not there is something put it there, and that means that it can only happen by another human being. Okay, when it happens by another human being, then you can be a black man with black eyes, and you can introduce into your gene pool and your future generation, and evolve with a lighter skin and different color eyes by mixing with the races.
Mm-hmm.
That's evolution. That is evolving. The evolution doesn't deal with coming from a monkey to an ape to a human or any of those things. That's ridiculous. Evolution deals with evolving from these tadpole type sperms into the egg, into a fetus, into a baby, into going through adolescence, all the way. You can't tell me that's not evolution. When we come from a sperm cell and end up an old ass man with gray hair, the teeth is gone that was there, we have evolved.
That is actually what Ifa teaches. It teaches us our evolution is really our life is our evolution.
Yeah.
But so with
that being stated, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go back and rock on out. I got to close up around here.
Hey, talk about your debate coming up. Tell everybody about your debate coming up.
Oh, yeah. Me and Zodak bin Israel have a debate coming up today. I want to apologize
next Sunday
to anybody who took any of that stuff serious today. Anything, because I didn't give no information.
Next Sunday.
Just a good preliminary, you know what I'm saying? And it's going down next week, Sunday at 6 a.m. It is about whether Jesus was born of a virgin or not. He swear and insist that Jesus was born through parthenogenesis, and no human being is born through parthenogenesis. You understand? You know, only things on this earth that have these Genesis births, these virgin births,
frogs,
are certain insects and certain reptiles.
Yeah,
human beings is just impossible. You know, I don't even have to go through the Bible, which I am. Okay, and I'm going to do a very scholarly job at it. You know, I was doing all of the ranting and raving and stuff today, acting a fool and all of that, because that was just a part of hype. But I promise you, you're going to see a scholar at best come Sunday at 6 o'clock. Jesus was not born no goddamn virgin. No Israel, that's not part of Hebrew cosmology. I mean, no Israelite group or organization teaches that. What has happened is I've been telling y'all that these Christians has been infiltrating the Israelite movement, and this is what that is. No Hebrew Israelite organization has taught virgin birth. None of them. That is something very new, and it's very Christian, and you must go to Christian sources to prove that. You can't go to scientific sources, you can't go to historical sources, and you damn sure can't go to Hebrew sources. I'll let my friend do.
Oh man, y'all heard it here, man.
Who was that? Who was it? I'm sorry.
That's Yasha bin Israel. That's one of the Lions Den former champions, man. Till he retired, you know. Hey, we got some heavy hitters around.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because it's getting late. I gotta go to work in the morning. But nice ass whooping. I mean, educational ass whooping it was, you know, and I mean. Q, the people have spoken. 70% to 30%, and on a certain other channel, who a lot of people are rocking with Evolution. That was a manslaughter. What happened tonight? I'm talking about a triple homicide. God damn it, 100 years to life type of situation going on. What she did tonight. Now look, the word is out. You got other so-called champions scrambling and scraping. Can't even tell a person, God damn it, congratulations.
Yeah, no, he said he won. He won.
You know who you are. It's gonna be okay. But the thing is, who said what? I mean, come on, Cube. You got to go by what the audience. There's 70% to 30%. The hell's going on?
Cognitive dissonance.
You ain't, so the people vote don't count.
It's being a sore loser. It's being a sore loser. Being a sore loser, bro.
Yeah, you're supposed to be like, come over. Yeah, come over. Like congratulations on your victory. Maybe next debate. We can strike up something else. Because
he said he wanted to debate
something, but not just.
He said he want to do a part 2 of the debate. He wants to do a part 2.
Yeah, I bet you do. You gonna have to wait. We'll have to see you in the ring with a couple other people first, Cube. I mean, you just can't. You're lucky you got this championship, goddamn chance. But you gonna have to at least debate Devion and a couple of them guys. Somebody like Napar. Them easy debaters. Then you come back up and get in the ring with the champ. Right now, she got a fish to fry. You hear me? All right. It's hard as people calling me lining up, talking about they want to debate the champ, the ladies champ.
Are you serious? They want to debate me. More people want to debate me.
Yeah, they line up. Yeah. Hey, they mad how Q you let the Monkey Nation down. So the other monkey chimp type of adversaries coming out the woodwork, coming out the jungle with banana peel shoes on. You hear me? That's all right, though. The poll says you won, DJ. That's all that counts. The people have spoken. So, like I said, with that being said, like I say, Napar, you got to stop trying to come at the end of the show messing up people's debates. He's trying to steal all the energy. I know what that's all about.
Stop. Okay. So no part 2.
You can't do it.
So don't nobody want to hear a part 2 with me and Cube?
Yeah, you need a different competitor. Get you a different monkey chimp. One chimp down, and they say one monkey don't stop the show, so they finna come out the jungle on you. You see?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, ain't no part 2. Yeah, the Monkey Nation down. See what I'm saying? The folks have spoken. Harris Duncan said Monkey Nation down. Yeah, he let the Monkey Nation down. Shit. He go back to their little partner in the jungle. They're gonna start throwing boo-boo at him. You know how them chips get mad? That's what they're gonna do to you, Q. They gonna get tomatoes. Shit. You sit up here and got up here and got
you know what's so crazy is that he has a PowerPoint presentation when he breaks the whole thing down. He didn't even bring his own PowerPoint presentation up. I'm like, well, so he just thought that like I was stupid and I didn't have anything prepared. I don't know why didn't he? I don't know. It's really weird. So I guess the next one, that's when he gonna get his presentation together and do it.
I ain't gonna be on the next one.
Right. Okay.
Ain't on that. Oh man, you should have you underestimated her. You came in. Well, all I gotta just say is she don't know what she's talking about. Nah. And Napar, when the Lions and Ladies champ, we can set something up, but don't try to make it into friendship and all this. That's what debating's all about.
But that's my friend. That's my girl.
I debated my friend Black Jesus. Sometimes you got to put that to the side now because Black Jesus trying to butter me up before the debate. I almost fell for it. Then I said, okay, well, Black Jesus, if it's just a discussion, we're going to go ahead and get the discussion out. He gets into the frame, and JJ has already lost this debate. I said, oh, damn. So, yeah, man. I debated my friend twice. So, yeah, man. See, so really, like I said, man, I hope y'all
Well, you know
enjoy
what's so
it.
crazy? He said, I know he was afraid when he attacked you the other day. You know what's so crazy? When I did Cube. So let me tell you something that we even
He
probably
attacked
forgot.
me?
No, attacked me. Right?
Okay.
Oh, he been attacking me for the past like month or so. I've only been researching this subject for 2 months. So he been researching this shit for 5 years, and me and my little 2 months,
Cube.
2 months, Cube.
Oh.
And okay, but I'm gonna say this is that when he saw that I debated Davion, he got in there like I'm gonna do this. I'll debate you. You need to debate me. Well, so he was already like saying she can't debate me. He said that when I debated Davion and had won that debate. So then he got on the thing, and here we are. So all right. So you said you
around too.
All right, and I don't like to talk. I'm not a egotistical person. I'm not egotistical like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You said that you can't debate me. I would have killed her on the subject. Okay, well, here's a subject that you think that you believe in. 5 years of study, and here we are. So yeah, he called me all kind of B's and HOEs
Yeah, that was horrible, man. Come on.
But he thought that I was gonna get emotionally attacked to that. I don't get emotional about that stuff. Trust me, I've been called worse. He thought that he could intimidate me out of the way. So,
Cedric, I know you peeking around. I'm just letting you know that the Lions and Ladies champion, she ain't going for that evolutionary crap. So if you run across her, you better not bring it up, or you might be next. Ladies champion versus the men's champion. The Lions never before done. Never before. That might be the next debate. Who's the champion of all champions? You should find out. Yeah. But we're gonna say that one. We ain't gonna get I don't want my two champions banging right now. We go, yeah, and then I got my discussion champion. That debate might Nepal, you messing things up.
I gotta build up to the biggest champion. I don't know.
We you know what I'm saying. I just let the channel don't get too
I gotta get my preacher voice on so I can learn how to really put my points together. I think I sound like a nerd. I sound very nerdy, according to I sound like a nerd, so I gotta get my hip hop on. A hip to the. You're not gonna learn to do all that.
Yeah.
How to talk
Q,
about
man.
this.
You probably gonna have to go back down there to SVDL League for a little bit, man. See you down to the D League. God damn. All right, hold on, man. Come on, Q. I just messing with you. You're my buddy, man. God damn, Q. Shit. 30%.
I'm gonna learn. My voice is kind of like high pitch. I gotta get it more deeper so I can say, let me tell you something how it really is. It's not a pro console. It's a
Let me tell you something, Pie. You gotta stop trying to steal out of energy. You're doing it too much. It's a pattern. You gotta let other people have their energy because the base is full of energy. You can't have it all. I know what energy stealing is all about, young lady. But anyway, we're gonna go and get up out of here, man. Congratulations. The pot, you couldn't even tell the champ over here congratulations. You gotta be ashamed of yourself, girl.
No, she did. She did tell me congratulations. She did.
Well, after a while, after we said something, yeah. Anyway, her first comment, she came out on, I'm not gonna say who won. I'm not. I'm like, well, why not? But you talking about all this women stick together mess. This is a formidable opponent. Yeah. Nepal, we might have to see you do about 5 debates before you come over here debating the champ over here.
Oh,
Lord. You kind of rusty.
Oh, no, don't do that. That's my friend.
Okay, I will leave it alone, champ. All right, we're going to go and get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. The victory party is over tonight. Congratulations. DJ Genesis, the Lions Den Debate League Ladies Champion. It's a new era for the women's champ. She's taking on all competitors, not just men, but women too. Even the scarier ones who are scared to come off their platform and show that they're a champion. You know who we talking about. You hear me? Let's get up out of here with War Room, the Naga and Bars Reload, These sisters be helping me out making my music. Then when I made the Pseudo Killer, Sister Honey, and then Sister Sheka made.
Oh wait, before you end it, I'm supposed to be doing. Hold on, stop. Wait. Okay, I'm doing a debate. I'm doing a presentation tomorrow on AI on Sinetter.
What's going on?
I'm doing a presentation on Sinetter about AI. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow, but I might be able to do it Tuesday. But so look out for that. That's coming up. It's a whole presentation about AI benefits, not benefits, everything. So look out for that, y'all.
Oh, okay, yeah, champ. I'm gonna get you lined up with some good debates too, man. You did your thing tonight. This is a shout out to the Sheka Goddess and Honey Clark. These are technical support women. They make the clips, all that, help with the videos and putting the shit together. Sister Honey made the Pseudo Killers video with me and Soldiers K9. Sister Sheka for the Real Lions Den, and subscribe to that channel. And Sheka made my one video, 7,000 going 7,000. So yeah, this is my musical support along with Neo Love and Naga World Order, Ruben, and New Kakarot. We got some talented people in the back. Here we go. Let's go.
You a lover, but you dead. No for calling bluffs. You thought you had it till you seen us coming up. We step on next or disrespect. It ain't no letting out. You a capper, get your feelings hurt a lot. Ain't got no rapper trying to claim the top spot. If it's too hot to get the fuck up out the war room. We on a mission, they got time for all these fake hoes. Yeah, who's scared, nigga? You started soon as you see me come through. You on 10 when we started, you was on 2. You got your feelings hurt, you up this work, what you gon' do? Cry baby bitch if you scary to go to church. And after I meet you, we can see if that shit work. I get it up the mud, I don't mind playing in the dirt. Without your friends, all your bitch ass can do is lie and lurk. You're talking tough, but it ain't shit to make you bow down. The bar reloaded, but don't come here with your hand down. I'm slapping bitches and I'm stomping all they friends out. We play for keeps them on the week, you belong to me now. You a lover, but you steady talking tough. We stay ready, so we know for calling bluffs. You thought you had it till you seen us coming up. We step on next or disrespect, and it ain't no letting out. You a capper, get your feelings hurt a lot. Ain't got no rapper trying to claim the top spot. If it's too hot to get the fuck up out the war room, we on a mission. They got time for all these fake hoes.
I ain't never been in a room that I can't control. I had a problem switching from lady to beast mode. I'm hypertension, leave you angry bitches ankles swole. Or foaming at the mouth with achy necks, lip nose. You know I stand on bitches firm, bitches 10 toes. You positively negative, bitches 0. Got this complex AO on deck and a black voice. I spit a soul about y'all, hey, your family the court. Blood over wine is not good night. You bitches out of choices. I said more is the first time. We don't do remorse. I'm from St. Louis, come here. Two different things. Keep talking shit, got the rub my neck, knock out Sonic. Let me pepper, step out to let me pretty wings. Mississippi Valley, if you right to be a queen. You can't handle my past, niggas ain't nothing nice. Living for one, but you don't want to war with them nights. It's Keo Topper, Kelly Young, better get it right. Naga for life. I get the tippy, flipping over shit. Make your head to tippy raw. You don't want a war, bitch. You want a war, bitch. You want a war, bitch.
You a lover, but you steady talking tough. We in the middle. We steady, so we know for calling disrespect. And it ain't no letting out. You a capper, get your feelings hurt a lot. Ain't got no rapper trying to claim the top spot. We in the middle. If it's too hot to get the fuck up out the war room, we on a mission. They got time for all these fake hoes.
Yeah. We up out of here, man. Congratulations, champ. Way to bring it home. We out.
Peace, peace, peace.